I've already talked about this man on my channel in depth way back when, and here we are again, talking about him. And yes, I also know I'm uploading on a Tuesday, which isn't my normal upload day, but I wanted to talk about this before I forget about it, because I saw it today, and I was just like, did he really tweet this? Like, even if he's joking here, why? What's the point at all? But I think this is really serious from him, just from the way he is on Twitter and overall as a person. Now, if you don't know who Aubrey Huff is, for my non-sports fans, he played about 12 years in the MLB with teams like the Tampa Bay Rays, the Houston Astros, Baltimore Orioles, Detroit Tigers, and the San Francisco Giants, where he would win 2 World Series there to finish his career off. And since then, he's been kind of more open about, you know, which side he's on politically, which again, I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican, as long as you have common sense, I could give a shit. But Aubrey Huff has shown that his common sense just isn't there, from him, you know, driving these conspiracy theories about what happened in the last election, to just saying racist things, to intentionally, basically, to now this, someone pointed out on Twitter. Apparently, Aubrey Huff has this new apparel line that he's, starting. And, a couple of things here. When you're starting an apparel line, I'm assuming clothing line, you're going to want models to model your clothes, and that I can understand. But the way he describes what he wants just goes to show you that if he were truly to hire like this, the labor laws would be all over him with this one. So, first of all, this is what meets his criteria. 1, must be pro-America. You know what? Whatever. He's an America freak. He can't see the bad in America because apparently America's the best and we do nothing wrong. Whatever. I don't think I'm going to hold that against him. 2, must be female. You know what? He needs models for his clothes. I would think you'd want both male and female to kind of, even it out, to show, hey, look at what you can look like in the male clothes and the female clothes. But, again, female, fine, whatever. Get a female model. Then 3, well, there is no 3. It goes 1, 2, 4, and 4 is must be fit and hot. Aubrey, what is your definition of fit and hot? Because couple of people, I can tell you, I can probably ask 10 people, and their definition of fit and hot would be different from yours. You got to clarify here. You can't just say fit and hot and expect us to understand what you want right away, because everybody finds something different attractive, and it's basically kind of like music. It's just people have certain tastes, and maybe your tastes differ from others, and they might not find what you think is hot and attractive. So that's a little weird. You shouldn't really be hiring anybody by their looks anyway. It's more skill-wise here. But, again, it has to be hiring some models for these clothing stuff, for this apparel line, so don't really hold that one against him either. 5, must be smart. Okay, I feel like to do the job you're doing, you gotta have some common sense. You gotta be smart. That one's fine. But then we get to 2 of the most ridiculous ones, I think, on this list. 6, must be at least a C cup. He's talking breast size here, which C cup and D cup are like the biggest you can go. He's basically saying, if you flat-chested, I don't want nothing to do with you. Which again, Aubrey, that's what we like to call discrimination, which isn't allowed in the workplace, especially when you go to hire somebody. It's like saying, like, oh, I'm not going to hire anybody with a disability. That is illegal to do. You're not supposed to look at their disability. It's whether they can get the work done and do it proficiently. And here, apparently, you can probably interview a woman who has better skills than this woman with the C cups, but because this woman has big breasts, that means you're going to hire her over the more fit person. Like, see how much sense that doesn't make there? And then 7 is just I think this is the most sexist thing on the list. 7, must make lunch. He's basically saying, hey, you know what I want? I want a big-breasted American woman who is fit, who is good-looking, who is smart, has big breasts. I had to say it twice because most women have 2 breasts. and who will also make me a sandwich when I tell them, hey, go make me a sandwich. It's just like, are you serious right now with this, Aubrey Huff? Like, is that really, like, your criteria here? And then 8, must live in the San Diego area. Again, that one, you know, he might want people locally, which is fine. A lot of areas are like that as well. If you can't do it from home, and it has to be local, and if they're not local, then okay, they can't get the job, that's fine. But I think number 4, which is technically number 3, was the one where I was like, I understand he needs models and they need to, you know, look good, but fit and hot, just saying you have to be fit and hot and whatnot, it just, again, what is your definition of hot? Because it differs. And then when we get to 6 and 7, I was like, okay, either this is a joke or this is really just the sexism showing from him at this point in time. Must be at least the C cup. You gotta have those big breasts or else he ain't gonna hire you. And if you don't make lunch for him, then he's not going to want you either, because apparently all women belong in the kitchen, and when they don't make you a sandwich, well, then they deserve punishment for it. At least I've heard that before, and that is just weird. Why would you think like that? That is fucking stupid. So yeah, this wasn't just multiple tweets of Aubrey Huff's we were talking about. It was this one. It was just so ridiculous seeing this. And again, I'm not taking away anything he did as a professional ball player. Him playing 3.5 years with the Orioles, I got to experience some greatness of his. Even though we weren't good those years, he still played his butt off and did everything he could for the franchise while he was there. And he was just a decent overall player, whether he was playing first, third, or left field, which were the 3 positions that he played, and then he DH'd a little bit in his career. But I hate him as a person. Just seeing what he's tweeted over the past couple of years and just all this stuff and stuff like this, you know, again, I'll cherish the moments you had in baseball, some great moments, but in the end, that doesn't mean I necessarily want to hang out with you. Like, I'm glad that back in the day when he was at the York Galleria at this one old store that was there, that would get like Ravens, Orioles, Eagles, Steelers, Phillies, 76ers players, they would get them, you know, to come and sign autographs. When Aubrey Huff was there, I had something else to do that day, so I couldn't do it. And, you know, at the time, me being a 10-year-old kid, I'm like, oh, he's the best player on the team, that's cool, but I couldn't do it. Looking back at it now, I'm kind of glad that I wasn't able to go there, because then I would have seen how much of a prick he was in real life, and it just would have completely ruined me. And what 10-year-old me would have went and would have been like, was that really worth it? He wasn't one of my heroes, but like when you see him as being one of the best players on the team, you're expecting him to be faithful and all this kind of stuff. And I just have that feeling that his true colors would have shown had I went there and gotten an autograph, whether he was talking to me or somebody else. I don't know, but it's just, it blew my mind seeing that and how it's just fucked up. His 8, I put 8 in quotes because it's actually 7 because he missed 3, but his criteria for hiring you, again, you need big breasts, you need to be American, and you must make him lunch when he asked you to make him lunch, or else no pay for you. And that's, again, that's not right. Unless you're hiring someone to be a chef, then that's not right. They're not your slave. They're working for you. They don't have to cook for you if that's not what the job is for. But that's just my thoughts on this. You can tell me in the comments below. And until then, stay safe out there. Wear your mask, get vaccinated, and I will catch you all in the next one.